Hello everybody, this is Ron from Rojo Travel. This is our trip to Ensenada. Yes it is. We're going to walk you through what we did that day. Here you can see this is the view from our window, and this is a nice cargo ship. It's beautiful and it's nice and loud. They're rebuilding or adding on to the port, to their dock. And then we wanted to give you an overall. This is the navigator of the seas, so we walked from one end to the other to give you an idea. You can see that it does not have a paint scheme. It is just plain white, which makes it kind of ugly if you ask me, but it's a good sized ship. It had some nice things. Of course, you know, Royal Caribbean, they have nice colors on the ship and throughout the ship. And you can see that there's really nothing here at the dock or when you get off the ship immediately. It's just pretty open. There's going to be a small place that we'll go through to exit this general area, but you can walk from pretty much the back of the ship to the front of the ship. And as you see here, we're coming up to the front to where we wanted to get a quick picture of the navigator of the seas. Then we exited the little building, and this is all sped up so you don't get too bored, but we wanted to walk. When you do come out, you have the choice of, you know, you can jump on a bus, they'll take you downtown, or you could just walk, and it's really only a 5-10 minute walk. It's not that far, and there are usually a couple cruise ships here. You can see you have our Royal Caribbean Navigator of the Seas, and then there was a Carnival ship here also. And we decided that we were going to walk, so this is kind of us walking from the cruise ship, give you an idea of what's along the way and how long it takes, walking all the way over to basically where what they consider their port area, where they have some an Ensenada sign to take a picture of and some other things that you'll see along our walk here. And these buses are free, so you don't have to worry about paying for that. Here we took a little left thought we were going to go on the Carnival ship, but decided, no, that's not where we want to be. And you just keep following this road up. These buses to the right here, I'm assuming they're probably for excursions for the people coming off the Carnival ship. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to speed up the video a little bit faster just so you could just basically get the walk and see where we go. When we get over to the good stuff, I'll slow back down for you. Coming up here on the left hand side, there's a nice Ensenada sign that you can take a picture of. Now this is still in the, what I would consider the port area, that no one can get in here except for people on the cruise ship. So depending on when people are coming off the boats, it could be pretty packed, or, you know, if like you just saw, there was no one there. It just depends on the time of day that you're coming off the ship. Here we're coming up to a security guard. Doesn't care about you going out, but he checks you on the way back in, make sure that you have a cruise ship card. And then you make left here, go over this bridge. Now you can see that it was low tide. You can see a lot of the dirt down there, the ground. There was a lot of garbage in there too. And then you just go over this bridge and you'll come up to the main area where there's some vendors. Again, there's another Ensenada sign here that you could take a picture of or take a picture next to. There is always a guy sitting here saying, hey, I can take a picture for you, but he's going to want some money from you, so your choice. Now here straight in front, there's usually water coming up out of the ground here. You know, those ones that the kids or anyone can run through if they want to. It was on when we came here in Christmas, but apparently it's not on now. And then here's all the little vendors. They're selling some food and souvenirs and things like that. Now this, just on the other side of this, is the exit into town basically. So this is kind of their port area. We didn't stop at this point. We checked it out on the way back. So you'll see as we just go through the gate. Now here as you exit, you basically can go straight. There's a few more vendors there and go into town, or you can go up and go left, and then you kind of go to the top part of town. So it's a pretty small area for the most part. We go left this time and go through the little park and make our way up to the top of town, and then basically walk down. There's one good main strip that you can go through, but as you can see through this park, there's a few things that you could take a picture of or take a picture with. It's a nice little park. And here's an area where there was some water coming up out of the ground. This is a big open area. During Christmas, they had all kinds of Christmas decorations here and things you could take pictures with. So it was a neat little area. Then after this, you'll cross over the street and you'll start, seeing all the shops and eateries and bars and things like that. My wife saw this little lighthouse from down the street. We wanted to walk up, see what it was. It was basically just a building that looked like a lighthouse. Kind of a weird spot to put it, and kind of a weird area, but we went up, looked at it, and that was basically the end of the area before you get to just basically a big old traffic street. Then we started walking back down to get back to the main area. This is kind of where it starts. You'll start seeing all the shops, all the souvenirs, all the bars, all the food places. It was fairly early. I don't remember, like 10 o'clock or something. And we just wanted to walk down one side and up the other, so that's what we did. Now everywhere you walk and turn, there's somebody trying to sell you something. There's some cool items, but we've been to Mexico quite a bit, and I think we bought everything we can for the most part. Sometimes we'll pick up something for the kids or someone else, but not really for ourselves. We normally just go down for the drinks and the chips and salsa. So here we're kind of getting up to the top of everything, the main strip, the top of the main strip. You can see there's a sign there, Papas and Beer. The store is on the left here. The Papas and Beer restaurant and bar are on the right-hand side across the street. We've been there before, so we decided not to go there. We wanted to find a couple places different. So then we saw this place straight in front of us right here, 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐂𝐓, I would think it's called Las Caguas. looked like a nice little place, so we decided to go in there and get a drink and some chips and salsa. Now, the cool thing is as you can see by the picture, when we got in, they gave us 2 free shots, so we did those and then got us a couple drinks and kind of hung out for a little bit. Then we decided to keep walking down the other side, going down the opposite way, and at the end of that one, there's basically a street that they have closed off, which was pretty cool. Obviously, it's early, so there wasn't a whole lot of people down there, but they just put the tables out in the middle of the street. There's a nice little area with a lot of bars and food places, and we decided to stop at this one, which was called Burgers and Ribs. Nice little joint. We went in and we had a couple drinks there and just kind of hung out. Like I said, it was not crowded at all. We got off the ship fairly early, so there wasn't a whole lot of people there. Plus, people probably just get done eating breakfast. Then we just decided to walk down to the opposite end, where you can see there's another sign that's basically like the one at the top end of it, because this is the main strip. It says Ensenada. We decided to go over to that, take a picture under it, with it, look up the street, and we're going to take picture and video that way. You get a kind of a scope of the entire area. And then after this, we just walk around the corner and back up the main street, the main traffic street, to go back to the cruise ship. Now, there are some areas when you go behind the buildings or through the buildings that, it doesn't look very safe. So just try to stay in the main areas. Again, too, like, traffic is crazy there, and half of them do not want to stop for you. So make sure you make eye contact with the drivers. Make sure what they're doing, that they see you and that they're actually going to stop for you. Now we cross the street and we're back to the main area. These are the vendors that are up front by the park area. We walked through these just to kind of see what there was. You never know. You might see something that wasn't there before, and you might want to buy something else or pick something up for somebody else. So we like to look around. And after those, we go back through security, which is basically back into the main port area. And there's more vendors here. We walked through these for a little bit just to see what they had, or if there was anything we wanted to grab to eat or drink. There's not a whole lot here to eat and drink, and we're not that far from the cruise ship, so why not just go back there and get it for free? So after we went through those last vendors, this is that open area again where, like I said, normally there's water shooting up out of the ground. You can see that it's pretty sunny. It's getting nice and warm. We decided to walk around this area. There's another sign in the distance there. It says Ensenada. The cruise ship's in the background. That big freighter's in the background. And then basically, you just walk down this oceanfront area and follow it back to the cruise ship. And as we're going back over the bridge, you can kind of get a glimpse. There is a lot more water down there. So tide started to come in just in the couple hours that we were on land and out there walking around the town. So that was kind of neat to see the difference in the tide and how quickly it came in. And you can see also there's a lot of people coming off the cruise ship now. It's probably closer to noon now. Most people got done having breakfast, and now they're gonna go walk around the town for a few hours. Like I said, we're early people. We got up, we had a quick bite to eat, and we wanted to go check out the town and walk around without being hassled by the crowds. And then once it gets real warm, it's just kind of gets miserable. So we're like, well, let's get out there, get it done, get back to the cruise ship. There's another caveat about this is everybody's leaving the cruise ship, right? So that just leaves the cruise ship open for us. There's plenty of seats next to the pool. There's plenty of space everywhere where you want to go, the bars, anything that you want to do. Half the cruise ship is on land. The other thing that's nice is, if there's water slides and other things that are on the cruise ship that you want to do, there's no lines. There's just kind of walk right on and just do whatever you want. Now, it was still kind of cool where we weren't going to go in the pool or go down the water slides or anything, but it gave us an opportunity to go walk around the cruise ship some more and just enjoy with less people and be able to just kind of walk freely and take more pictures and see the sights without people being in our way. And then forgot to mention, so on the way out and in, you see these orange buildings. There are bathrooms there, so if you need to go to the restroom after you get off the cruise ship or you're on your way back and you just can't wait, there's some restrooms there that you can use coming and going. And they were pretty nice. They weren't in terrible shape, so it wasn't bad. If you need to stop, there's your spot right there. Then here, this little area is the security checkpoint. So they're going to check your bags, they're going to check your documents, make sure you're not bringing anything back to the cruise ship that you shouldn't be. So you go through here, and then on the other side is just a big open area before you get back on the cruise ship. And of course, before you get back on the boat, they want to take a picture of you. So we stopped, took a picture together, and then we got back on the cruise ship to continue our day and just kind of lounge around, have some drinks, and wait for shove off. And that was our day in Ensenada. We go back to the cruise ship and we just relax and chill for the rest of the day until we shove off.